Aloha. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. Welcome to another episode of Winning Wednesdays. Alrighty then. Winning techniques, strategies, habits, that'll assist you with winning the day, having an overall winning life day by day. Adding these habits, adding these strategies will create for an overall winning life. And today, after reflecting of a conversation I had with somebody who was, significantly older than me, somebody who was significantly younger than me, and I realized that once I discussed this certain strategy, this certain topic, they seemed like very receptive and on board with the idea. So they're on board with the idea. Will they execute? Who knows? But is there tremendous value to this strategy? Without a doubt. So let's bring this back to I remember my father always having this like small handbook with him, and this was before the internet. This time in my life, like AOL was like on the verge of becoming popular. So this was this was way back, and my father always having this handbook with him, writing down things for I never really looked. I never like stole the handbook and looked through it secretly. Like I respected my father. I feared my father. So from what I can recall is, he at the very least his schedule of events in my father's handbook. I remember seeing that often with him, if not all the time. And what a practical tool. And then the first day of my active duty Air Force enlistment, the first day, my first base in good old F.U. Warren, my supervisor, a master sergeant at that time. I remember who it is, and we don't have to mention their name. It was the first thing we did was we went to the BX exchange, and he told me, he's like, you need to get a handbook, you need to get like a spiral notebook and a pen, and write down everything so you don't forget what I'm telling you, and you don't forget all these important new like rules, details that you have to implement now that you're active duty Air Force. And that evolved over time, and I just saw tremendous value with that. And as devices have changed over time in my life, and if they have changed in yours, whether it be they were stolen, you forgot them, or whatever you wanted to update, and upgrade. At the very basic level, paper, pen, journaling, appointment booking, writing stuff down. And then what I told today to this older gentleman is never rely on your memory. If you have a good idea or an important idea, never rely on your memory. Write it down. And then you have all this technology, all these devices that probably to the lay person, to the average person, to the mediocre person, to the person who is mediocre on their best day. What are these devices like? What is the percentage of distraction versus productivity? It's probably like 80% distraction, which is sad. Which is what I see throughout the U.S. very often. Is 80% of the time these people are using it for like as a distraction rather than a productivity tool. So I like Time Tree app for my iPhone, but the Apple Notes, because I subscribe, I buy 2 terabytes extra Apple storage. Great investment. May not be for you, but I feel like more often than not people have Apple devices that are what we would consider successful, that are maybe wealthy. I bet they have this. I bet they pay that small fee of 2 terabytes every month like I do, to have a comfortable amount of storage for photos, videos, and especially these notes. You could use the iPhone for the notes, or you could use voice recordings, which is what I do too. But that is key. That is a big key to neutralize all these distractions that you have thrown at you, to get your attention, to get your money, and to keep you in the poor zone with poor habits and poor focus and poor reflection. Is all these distractions, but you have to assertively probably create this habit. It's not going to naturally form on its own. I don't know. Once I saw the importance of it, that's how my mind worked when I was younger. Is I saw an author that was like respected or who's an expert, and it was biblical to me. Like, there was no hesitation. Charles Poliquin said this, or that individual said this. It was biblical to me. I listened. I'm like, okay, how can I put this in my routine? I put maybe these posters around to remind me. And I've done that several times. Like 3 maybe new things I've been trying to implement. I would put them at my main door before I exit, so it would constantly hit my brain, hit my attention. So I would just reinforce and reiterate like these new habits. So winning habit today is write everything down. Journal. In the morning, I'm writing stuff down. Before I go to sleep, I'm writing stuff down. And I remember what I told this younger individual is, sometimes, your breakthrough ideas, some of your greatest thoughts, your greatest ideas, may be when you're sleeping. So I would say, wake up and write it down. I got that from Les Brown. And the older gentleman, he admitted, he's like, you're right. And then he was like, thank you for having this wonderful conversation with me. I'm like, of course. But oh my God, that is just, it seemed like so basic to me, because it's like no hesitation, no negotiation. Of course I'm doing that. But I don't know, one of those things, I guess, you're blessed and highly favored. Do I take things for granted? I don't think I take things for granted. I'm willing to share that with people I don't know, just through circumstance, rather than focusing on gossip or some other lower energy frequency nonsense. Let's talk about something positive. That'll make me feel good to share this knowledge with you, and you feel good about receiving this. So win today, earn the day. See y'all soon. And write stuff down if you're not doing already, of course.